Hi guys, my name is Johanna and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to rank the Child's Play franchise for you guys, but I'm also going to eat some of this Good Guy cereal because I'm really hungry and I haven't eaten today. So this is the cereal, that's the box. I took the cereal out of the box because I want to keep the box and not have it get ruined. But anyway, that's not what this is about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the cereal. And we're going to just talk about Child's Play together and rank the movies and have a fun time. And also, I did not write a script for this video, so if it sounds like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, it's probably because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's not the point here. We're just going to have some fun. So, I'm just going to finish preparing this and then we'll move to the table and we'll discuss. I also just want to start off by saying that I may not have any real rhyme or reason as to why these movies are ranked the way they are. It's basically just my opinion and yeah, that's what it's gonna be. So I'm just gonna tell you the Child's Play movies based on my opinion. I might have a reason or two for some of them, but for most of it, it's just what I like. So that's what it's gonna be. Alright, so coming in at number, I think it's going to be 9, because I'm including the TV series, so we got the 7 movies plus the remake and the TV series, so I think it's going to be 9, is going to be, of course, Seed of Chucky, because that movie is just fucking awful. I literally can't think of a single redeeming factor for that whole entire movie. It's just a bad movie. Like, sure, it's camp, but like not the good kind. Like, it's just so stupid, and that kung fu battle is so stupid, and it's probably the only Child's Play movie that, like, if I see it like for free on streaming, I probably won't watch it like ever. I mean, I rewatched it recently to see if it would get better, and it just didn't get better. So yeah, Seed of Chucky is just really fucking stupid, and it's in last place. I don't like it. Okay, so coming in at number 8 is going to be Child's Play 3. And honestly, this movie isn't even really that bad. It's just kind of boring. I mean, the setting of the military camp, I don't like. I think it's a good idea that they aged Andy up, because having another movie with him as, like, a young child would have been kind of repetitive. But I just think that as far as entertainment value, it's really not that great. I mean, the third act is pretty good. It's pretty decent, but the rest of the movie, I was just bored out of my mind. So it's not a bad movie. Like, I would rewatch it. It's just not better than the other movies on the list. So that's really my only justification. It's just I thought it was a little bit boring, but if you like it, that's great. Okay, coming in at number 7 is going to be Cult of Chucky. And again, this movie actually isn't terrible. Like, I did not hate this movie. I would watch it again. I think the idea of multiple Chuckies is, like, kind of cool. I just didn't really get it the first time around. Like, it's really not that bad. It's a really pretty movie to look at. It's just, again, down to personal preference. It's just, I like the other movies on the list better. So it's not... There's really not anything necessarily wrong with it. It's just not my favorite. And that's really my only reason. So I'm not going to knock anyone for liking it, because it's really not bad. It's just what I said, personal preference. But yeah, that's going to be number 7. Coming in at number 6 is going to be the remake from 2019. Now, I see a lot of people actually shit on this remake. And honestly, I can kind of see why. But for me, I like that they made it so drastically different from the original, because, like, if you're gonna do a remake the movie, you know? Like, do your own thing with it. And they definitely did their own thing with it. They really said, go big or go home. So I really like that it's, like, completely different from the original. Like, it's not... They're very, very different things. And I appreciate that a lot. And I really enjoyed it the first time I watched it. And I've watched it a few more times since. And it's really not as bad as people make it out to be. I actually think it's a pretty decent remake if, you know, you can separate it from the original and just look at it as its own movie. I think it's actually very good. So that's going to be number 6. All right, coming in at number 5 is going to be Curse of Chucky, and I actually really, really adore this movie. I think that it brought in one of the best characters of the franchise since Tiffany, and that character is Nika Pierce. I think that she's a wonderful addition to the series, and the story in this movie is very well done. And I think that Don Mancini really brought the series back to its roots with this movie. And I just think that it's so great. And, like, the way it ties into all the other movies, I just think it's super, super cool. And, the only thing I can really knock this movie for is how Chucky looks. I think he looks ugly as hell in this movie. Like, he actually looks like ass. But, I don't let that ruin the plot for me, because plot-wise, I think this is one of the better Chucky movies. It's just his look is very, like, it's almost unbearable, but, we're just gonna ignore that for now. So, yeah, Curse of Chucky is gonna be number 5. At number 4 is gonna be Chucky, the TV series, and let me tell you something. I loved this series with my whole entire fucking heart. Like, this series is probably one of the better horror series that we've, like, gotten, like, ever, and I just love the Chucky TV series. I was very attached to the characters. It was really well written, and I just think that everything about it is just, it's just a wonderful series. I don't understand how some people don't like it. Like, I understand some of the acting maybe wasn't, like, the greatest acting, but, like, they're fucking kids. You can't really knock a child actor, you know, for acting like a child would. But I just think that the series was really well done, and it ties up a lot of loose ends for the franchise. And really my only complaint about it is the ending. I didn't really like how they ended it. I'm not going to tell you, obviously, because spoilers. I really hope you watch the TV series, but yeah, the ending wasn't my favorite, but overall, it was a really well done series, and I don't understand how people, like, don't like it, but, like, it's number 4. All right, coming in at number 3 is going to be the iconic Bride of Chucky. This movie is just, like, campy greatness. Like, it's really just, it's so good, and I don't care. Like, yes, objectively speaking, it's kind of bad, but I don't even care, because it's just hilarious. Like, it's so funny. It introduced one of the greatest characters in Chucky history, being Tiffany Valentine. She's, like, single-handedly the best thing to ever happen to this franchise. Like, the franchise needed her. I'm glad she came in when she did. And it's such a fun movie. Like, you're never bored, and it's just a fun ride. And even though it's, like, you know, really camp, the horror elements are still there, and of course you get your iconic Scarface Chucky in this movie. It's just so great. I love this movie so much. It, like, the difference between Bride and Seed is in the fact that Seed overdid the camp. Bride had, like, the perfect amount of it, and I just love that movie so much. So yeah, it's gonna be number 3. And coming in at number 2 is going to be the original Child's Play movie. Now, don't get me wrong, the original is very, very good. I love the original a lot, but the reason why the sequel takes number 1 for me, and we'll get to that later, and this doesn't, is because in this movie, there's a lot of build-up, so, like, you don't really get to see Chucky in action all that much until, like, the very end. And I understand why they had to do it that way, because, you know, suspense and stuff like that, but, I just like seeing Chucky in action, and in this movie, you don't get a lot of that. But obviously, it's the first movie, so you have to, like, establish the characters and, like, build the plot and the story and whatever else. And in order for that to happen, you know, you had to have that build up and suspense and all that good stuff. But, my God. But, yeah, this movie is just a classic. It's iconic. And there's really nothing wrong with it. Like, I can't really think of any definitive negatives. So, number 2 is going to be the original Child's Play. And at number 1, that's right, you guessed it, it's going to be Child's Play 2. Now, really, I have, like, 0 negatives for this movie. Like, everything about it is just perfect. Like, Kyle is perfect, Andy's perfect. You get to see Chucky in action, like, immediately. And there's just really nothing wrong with this movie, like, at all. I can't think of anything I don't like. Maybe except for Phil. I don't really like Phil, but, like, of course you get Phil's iconic death scene and that iconic line by Chucky. So, you know, even that is pretty cool. And I just, the final act is just such a good final act, probably one of the best final acts in horror history. It's just such a great movie, such a great sequel, and probably one of the only sequels that I like better than the original film, so that is impressive. I don't know how they managed to do it better the second time around, but they absolutely did, because Child's Play 2 is a masterpiece, and I will never stop talking about that movie. It is the best Child's Play movie, and that's just how it is. So number 1 is going to be Child's Play 2. Alright, so my cereal is now gone, and we have gone through the whole entire Child's Play franchise and ranked them all. So I'm sorry this video was like really unfiltered. It's probably going to be very limited editing, but I still hope you enjoyed anyway. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, you can follow my Twitter. I'm gonna plug Twitter in every video because I love Twitter so much. We can be mutuals. But yeah, I hope you had a good time with me in my cereal eating ranking video. I don't really know, but I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.